So another question that I've been asked a lot recently specifically is, why did I go from tech to real estate? So I just want to clarify something here. I am very much still working in tech. I am still a cybersecurity engineer. I am still a leader in the tech space. Like, all of that is very much still happening. However, it was more of a personal reason why I went from tech to real estate. And it's not something, I'm still new to real estate, so it's not something that I have a lot to speak on as far as like the overall real estate experience has been yet. Um, but one thing that I've noticed working in tech is I work remote. So whenever I first started in tech, I was working in the office. But once, the world shut down and everything, a lot of people moved to working remote. Now, the companies that I work for, after I left my first company, they were already remote before anything. Like, they've been remote for years and years and years, right? And that's great and all. But me, one, I come from a really big family. So I'm the oldest of 12 kids. I've always been very active in school. I was playing all the sports, running track. I was involved in a lot of different student organizations. Like, I am a very social individual. Now, I say that I say that with a grain of salt, though, because although I am a social individual, yes, I still like my breaks and all that other stuff. However, I don't have like the typical social personality of a cybersecurity engineer. Most cybersecurity engineers are introverts, right? That I haven't met very many who aren't introverts. So I am one of the few who are like, I'm an extrovert, and it's very clear that I'm an extrovert. So knowing that I work from home, I sit behind a computer all day. Yes, I talk in meetings, but obviously the conversations are very work-based, they're technical, whatever. I don't get energized from those conversations. Like, I am very close to my team and the people I work with and the people I meet because of my job, 100%. And, I get to travel with my job, all of those things, yes. But a part of me, I have been considering moving into sales engineering. Now, the original reason why I was considering moving into sales engineering was because obviously I like to speak to people. I like to get to know people. I like to get to know their stories. I like to form bonds and connections. Great. I have zero sales experience. So I was like, I don't have any sales experience. I am just really good with relating to people and talking to them and all those other things. So I was like, I need to get some sales experience if I'm going to move into sales engineering. Like, I need to get that experience. When I was in the process of buying my first home, I was like, okay, I don't know a lot of the stuff that they're talking about. And yes, whenever you buy a first home, there are times certain courses that are required. I had to take like a first time home buyers course. And I thought that it was going to teach me a lot about like the overall home buying experience and what I needed to do once I was already in my home. But really, it was just like, this is how you pay your loan. It didn't tell me anything besides that. It said, pay your loan, save money for unexpected expenses. It was completely all financial. And I was like, okay, I already figured this. But I was always reaching out to my realtor, who was also a friend of mine. But I was always reaching out to him and being like, what does this mean? How do I do this? Or how do I know that these people ain't trying to, finesse me, yada, yada, yada. So eventually I said, you know what? I'm just going to really focus on, I'm going to take the real estate course and I'm going to get licensed so that I can be an informed buyer 100%, right? So once I decided to do that, it ended up all making sense. The entire home buying process completely made sense. And it seems a little bit extreme to get licensed just because I'm buying a house, but I looked at it as something completely different. It was something that was going to pay off in the end. So I did that. I did purchase my first home, and I'm glad that I had the knowledge of an agent while buying my home. So that went really well. But then also it helped me kind of scratch that itch of not being able to socialize during my typical like 9 to 5. So that's why I went from tech to real estate because I wanted to be social. I wanted to, I was already going to networking events, but mainly the networking events that I was going to were very tech based. But as a real estate agent, every person you speak to is potential like networking, all those other things. But I never failed to tell people that I am very much still in tech, and now I am also a real estate agent. So yeah, it's been a great experience. I have been learning sales and, all of those things, like how to drive things to closure, yada, 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 yada. But overall, it was more personal. I really just wanted to still be social. I even considered being a bartender, but I was like, no, because then my entire day would be gone because I would be working from 9 to 5. And then as soon as I get off, I would be at the bar. And honestly, I just did not have the desire for all of the attention that comes with being a bartender, and I don't drink enough to be a bartender. So I didn't think I would be very successful in a role like that. But so I decided to become a real estate agent, and it's doing exactly what I expected it to do. So it's been great. If you are looking to buy a home or rent an apartment or sell or invest, you can find me at Realtor Jadasia on Instagram. Yeah, so I'm your girl for all your real estate needs.